Hey investor friends, I'm Michelle Markey and I'm here in Flumserberg, Switzerland, snowboarding down the Alps, and this is what it's like to achieve financial freedom, where I could snowboard every day and then have some fondue and do some of my investing practice when I'm in a Swiss chalet. So actually I haven't achieved financial freedom yet, but when I achieve financial freedom, I look forward to being able to snowboard more often in the Swiss Alps. So I hope you enjoy this little video clip and enjoy the scenery because it's pretty epic and there's fresh powder, so I'm so happy to share this video with you. Till next time. Hey investor friends, I'm Michelle Markey and I'm on the journey towards financial freedom. And I'm also standing on the edge of a pier, as I like to live life on the edge. And this is actually a pier that juts out onto Lake Lucerne. So part of what I'm also hoping to do is someday join a community of investors here in Switzerland. And I feel like it would be the right place to be because Switzerland is kind of a little banking capital of the world, and there's a lot of people who are focused on finance and investing here. So I'd love to join that community. And in the meantime, I'm having fun just hanging out, eating Swiss chocolate and cheese fondue, and getting my snowboarding on while I'm here in Switzerland. And this is a little story of how, when I hopefully retire early someday, this is what I'd like to do more of being able to do things like kayaking or stand-up paddleboarding on Lake Lucerne, and just being able to hang out, not much unlike being a ski bum, which I've also done in the past, but actually having the financial means to be able to afford being a ski bum. I know that sounds sort of like an oxymoron, but I find it really cool if one is financially secure that one can do whatever they feel like. So my ideal kind of day when I'm financially free is to do something like snowboard during the day and then chill out doing my investing practice at the end of a long snowboarding day. And there's just so much in the world that I'd still like to achieve if I can become financially free. And I also think that it's important to be grateful and to help other people to be able to achieve their financial dreams, whatever they want to achieve in life. And I'm still on the path towards doing that. I haven't made it yet as of the recording of this video. So I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, but when I do, here's looking to my future self, and hopefully you've made it, future self, and you're able to hang out more often. And even though in the meantime, you're doing what you got to do to make ends meet and to hustle until you actually make it, I believe in you someday, and I think you can make it, Michelle. And I also believe that for the rest of everyone that may be watching this video. And my ideal kind of achieving financial independence and retiring early is by being able to live anywhere I want in the world. To me, that represents the ultimate freedom and just be able to hang out. I mean, across this Lake Lucerne, I see some people just hanging out in the sun, reading their newspapers and having some iced tea. And they're able to do that because they're probably financially free, or they bought their house 70 years ago, like some baby boomers I've seen along the shore. So they can probably afford to hang out by now after they've worked a long, hard life. And I'm still working towards reaching that point in my life. But I'm looking forward to it someday. And I'm going to keep side hustling until I make it. And I'm hoping that this short little story is something that can give you some inspiration as you're trying to figure out what you'd like to achieve in your future and where you'd like to end up when you achieve financial freedom. We can all make it. I believe in us of being able to become our own investors and being able to save our money wisely and deploy it in the right kinds of investments that we can believe in. And I'm doing it on the path much like how Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger do. So those are my ultimate investor role models that I'm striving to become like. And I just hope I make it someday and live up to the greatest of all times, or GOAT's version of how they've achieved financial freedom, where they can just hang out all day and read and do their investing practice. So I'm looking forward to achieving that for myself and being able to do things like snowboarding and hiking more often. And if you've had as much fun as I've had snowboarding or skiing in the Alps, it's time to go play every day when you're financially free. Look at these gorgeous Alps. I mean, wouldn't you want to live like this every day where you're able to snowboard or ski in these Alps? I would. That's what I'm working for in my life. and I'm coming at you from Andermatt, Switzerland, from 9,700 feet up, or almost 3,000 meters high. And I had a great day snowboarding here. I went all the way over to Disentis and then also Sedrun and back to Andermatt to come up here to Gemstock. So it was a great time snowboarding, and I wanted to talk about how being able to do this is a lot like achieving financial freedom, in that there are several kinds of ski trails to serve as an analogy for the feeling of achieving financial freedom. So when we're beginners, we might be on the green trail, which is the easy, or the circle trail, and that's when we're trying to still make money and trying to gather wealth and pay off loans and debts. And then maybe we start thriving a little bit and get to the blue trail or the square trail. And when we're in the intermediate or blue square trail, we feel like maybe we're starting to do well and we can afford some things like a nice ski trip once in a while. And then followed by, I kind of think, when we've made it, when we've achieved true financial freedom and the ability to retire early, also known as financial independence, retire early, we're able to ride the black diamonds. And maybe when we've made it in the tippy top % of financial freedom, we might be able to be doing double black diamonds, which is the hardest point to reach. So I'm pretty stoked to be able to master double black diamonds as a snowboarder, but I'm still learning as an investor to hopefully achieve financial freedom someday and be able to invest all the time. And another thing I want to say is that, interestingly, ski bums have a similar kind of freedom as people who've made it or who are wealthy enough to have financial freedom. And that ski bums tend to have a lot of time, even though they might be unemployed and might not have a lot of money saved up, but it gives them the freedom to go snowboard and ski like I've done in my past. And otherwise, if you've made it, you might have the freedom financially to do things, but you might not have the time. So that way you might also be time poor, even though you're financially free. So the interesting thing is that on both of these extremes, whether you're a ski bum or a wealthy person who's made it and you're an advanced investor, it varies as to how we might go about things that we like to do. And all the rest of us who are somewhere in between, trying to make it and trying to achieve one or the other of these directions that we could go, maybe left tail or right tail, I kind of think that hopefully we end up where we'd like to be in life. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and learned something, I'd love if you could please like and subscribe to my video and YouTube channel. And I'd also love to hear from you in the comments what you think. Do you enjoy going on skiing or snowboarding trips? And what's your favorite mountain? Because some of my favorite mountains include Zermatt, where the Matterhorn is. So I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Till next time.